Welcome back to Cooking with Joshua, Lockdown Edition. Today I'm going to show you how to make a fruit and nut slice that is super simple, super quick, and super delicious. So let's get cooking with Joshua. First things first, let's run through the ingredients. We need 200 grams of classic oats, not instant oats, just your classic, big, regular, fat old oats that you'd use for a porridge. We also need 100 grams of nuts. You can use any nuts you like. I have 100 grams of mixed nuts. So in here I have almonds, cashews, walnuts, some pistachios, but 100 grams of nuts is what you need. Next, we need 10 dates or 10 prunes. I have both, so I have 5 dates and 5 prunes because that's what I had in the cupboard, but you can use whatever you like. We then need 60 grams of dried cranberries or dried cherries or another dried berry kind of fruit. Now, I am using 30 grams of dried cranberries and 30 grams of dried mulberries. If you have never had dried mulberries, they are delicious. I get mine from Naked Foods, and they're a little bit in between a sultana and a raisin. Really nice, great flavour, and they have a real nice crunch to them, so that's what I'm using. But you will need 60 grams of one of them. I'm using 30 grams of both. Does that make sense? Have I just confused you? Anyway, moving on, I have 4 dried figs, and 10 dried apricots. Now, if you don't have figs, that's fine. You can leave them out. Just add a few more apricots. We've also got some desiccated coconut, some brown sugar, some cacao powder, some cinnamon, some coconut oil, honey, peanut butter. That's it. So they're all our ingredients. I hope I didn't confuse you. Now, next step, I'm going to chop up the dried prunes and the dried dates, and I'm going to soak those in 2 tablespoons of water. However, if you want a bit more sweetness, you can soak them in 2 tablespoons of apple juice. I've just given those a really rough chop up. I'm going to pop them back into their little bowl and add 2 tablespoons of water. Next step, we're going to blitz half a cup of our oats. So we want to blitz those oats to a nice fine powder like that, resembling a little bit like flour. So let's set those aside as well. Now, onto what's going to bind this all together is our coconut oil, our brown sugar, our honey, and our peanut butter. So, very, very simple. We are going to grab a tablespoon, and into a saucepan, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of each. While that is all melting together to create a delicious peanut butter caramelly sauce, which is going to help bind it all together, let's get started with the rest of the ingredients. Now, with our dried figs and our dried apricots, very simply, we're just going to slice those up. Our figs and apricots are all sliced up, and in the time it's taken us to do that, our caramelly sauce has all combined beautifully, so we can turn that off the heat. And now it's time to add everything together. We need 1 big bowl, and let's add our figs and apricots first. Get those out of the way. And then we're going to add our 30 grams of cranberries, our 30 grams of mulberries, our 100 grams of nuts, and our half a cup of blitzed up oats. To that, we're going to add a good dash of cinnamon, 4 good dashes, 2, looking for a spoon, 2 tablespoons of the cacao powder, now, let's mix that together just with your hand, just so it's combined. Okay. Now, to that, we're going to add the rest of our oats, our 5 prunes and our 5 dates, which have been soaking in 2 tablespoons of water. Now, to this, we're going to add our delicious sauce, which is the honey, the peanut butter, the coconut oil, and the brown sugar. Make sure we get all of that out. The reason we heat it is just so it all combines nicely. We're not actually cooking it, and we don't want it to burn, so you do want to do that on a very, very low heat. And as I showed you in the time it took to chop up those figs and the apricots, it was ready. Oh, almost forgot. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of our desiccated coconut. Now, the fun part, mix it all together with your hands. Hands are all clean. Now the next step is to get a 20 by 20 slice dish and line it with some grease-proof paper. Okay, we have our 20 by 20 slice dish, grease-proof paper, and we're just going to add our mixture straight in and give it a good push down. Again, just using your hands, push it all down into the corners, making sure that it's all even. And we're done. All pushed down evenly. That's now going into a preheated oven at 160 for about 20 to 25 minutes. Perfect. The slice has browned up beautifully on the top, super hot. So what we're going to do, set it down, let it cool, which is also going to allow it to harden, and then we'll take it out and slice it up. Our slice is cooled completely. The only thing left to do is to remove it, slice it up, and pop it into some airtight containers. The slice will last for up to 5 days in an airtight container, if you don't eat it all beforehand. I hope you enjoyed this super simple, super delicious fruit and nut slice recipe. Thanks for watching Cooking with Joshua.